Back from outer space, it is your old trusty friends at the Trying to Be Grown podcast. I am your host, Damani Carter. Over there in the non-striped shirt is my esteemed co-host, Mr. Byron Keaton. Byron, how you been, man?
Man, I've been all right. I'm fighting for my life lately. I I haven't felt that sick. Last week, I've never felt that sick in my life, or at least in the past 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you had your sickness, all right, which you might have complained about more than my ailment. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, all right, we appreciate y'all rocking with us wherever you're rocking with us. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. If you listening and you wondering what has taken y'all so long, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that every time you come on here, you say you're gonna be more consistent and y'all ain't recorded in 2 months? All right. So here's the thing: as a 26-year-old, right, who played football too long, um, I had a relatively healthy football career. Had one season-ending injury over
I
the
thought we
course
were
of the
saving
time.
this. I thought we were saving
It,
this for the middle part.
no, we're going to get to it in the middle part. This is just the introductory part of it. All right. So part of the hiatus in September, I had surgery on a torn ACL. All right. So I played all them football years. Everything was cool for the most part. But yeah, I tore my ACL hooping in a rec league basketball game. Yeah. They get a big kick out of that. When I say they, there are multiple haters that are just horrible people that I would never tell about another injury that I have ever again. So yeah, that was part of it. Started the football season. Obviously with me coaching, the schedule been crazy. And then last week he had his little ailment. So, it's just been one thing after another, just, back and forth. But we are back. Consistency is the word going forward. I know y'all don't even believe me at this point, but
I put the I in consistency.
anyways, um, thank y'all for the continued support. We appreciate it a great deal. Um, now,
You don't
Byron,
remember.
no, I remember. I was gonna give you a chance to talk about your sickness since I talked about my ailment, even though I feel like mine was a little bit worse. But go ahead.
I don't think yours was worse. Mine was like a more inner like experience to where you can continue walking around with the torn ACL. I had one before. It's not a big deal. What I had last week, man, I woke up Sunday morning, started off with just a sore throat. Next, it turned into what did it turn into? A headache, was fatigued.
A headache? You
Man,
po
it felt like,
baby. I'm
man, I
so
couldn't
sorry.
talk. Nose was stopped up. Hey, I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. Actually, just because you're hating right now, I hope you get it. I hope you get sick just like my exact same sickness. Man, I want to hear how you feel. We take those little things for granted. We got to stop doing that in life. Jesus wouldn't want us doing that.
You done? You finished?
I'm done, man.
All right. Um, so little topic rundown. Everything will be time stamped in the description. You see something you like, something you don't, you can skip to it or through it. We are first going to talk about Byron's recent experience at a Drake concert, and the
Great.
the reason he's the reason that it came up, but we're gonna ask: is it okay, as an adult, to still fan out over your favorite artist? Um, and from there, we're going to jump to Byron wants to talk about my recent faux pas. So, injuries, setbacks, and giving up. When is it time to give up? So, there's a little internal message in that for me. And lastly, we're going to talk a little bit of fantasy football. Byron's been having a rough go of it in our league. We're going to talk about just the general, workings of the team and seeing how, you can better your future projections for this fantasy football year. It's still early. We didn't get the time to make a preview, but we're gonna help y'all out with your teams. Byron, I don't know if you can help anybody, but all right. Starting
I have
off,
a great team though. I have an
will you
exceptional team.
save it for the segment, sir? Save it
Go
for the
ahead, man.
segment. All right. So this was the greatest thing that happened to me in the month of September. All right. I'm gonna tell the story and you can fill in the gaps because I don't know all the gaps. I'm gonna hit y'all with the important points. All right. So Byron and Brandon, Byron's older brother, got tickets to It's All a Blur, the Drake tour. Byron, of course, was over the moon, happy to be there.
I wasn't. I was
No, no,
pretty
no, no.
calm.
Hey, look, man. I said I'm gonna let you fill in the gaps. All right. If you want
I
to
was filling
refute,
the gap right there.
all right.
I,
If you want to refute any of this afterwards, you can refute it. All right. So, Byron got an opportunity to get close enough for Drake to give him a hand slap. And this is Drake. You've heard Byron talk about Drake on the show before. Ever since I met Byron, a lot of the conversations that we've had musically have centered around Drake's greatness in his mind. So this is his guy. This is his guy. He pushing through the crowd, trying to get his hand. Not I said you can fill in the gap. He pushing through the crowd, trying to get his hand out there for Drake to smack it. And Drake walked by, look at him, and keep going. It's a grown man. It's a grown man. And that's not this is the part that really like puts it over the edge for me, right? Because Brandon sending our group message, he just like, hey, Byron got dissed. And I'm of course immediately I'm over the moon because I cannot stop laughing. And a girl that was at the concert filming Drake's walk to the stage got video of the incident happening. And Brandon see it on TikTok. You can see Byron clear as day walking with a Cheshire Cat smile on his face, ready to get a hand slap and just get dissed. So that probably made my year, man. That was probably the best thing that happened to me all year. And it was just you and getting dissed by Drake. It's not right, but it's so right at the same time. Oh, it's so right at the same time. Like I said, I'll let you go ahead and fill in the gaps. But one of the best things
almost.
that happened to me all year.
So Damani is right. I did go to the Drake concert. Another day in my life. Nothing crazy. Got our tickets. We show up. I almost didn't make it to the right spot because Brandon always late for stuff. We almost didn't get to see the walkthrough. We trying to get to our seats. We went to the bathroom or whatever. Try to come back. Hey, you can't go through here. Security guard blocked us off. So we are literally sprinting all the way around American Airlines Center to just go to the exact same spot, but on the other side of the security guard. We finally get down there. I didn't have to push my way to the front. It was a little space, get up to the front. I'm reasonably happy, about a 7, you know. Not the
Byron,
happiest day of my life.
Byron. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you finish. You got it. You
I'm
got it.
reasonably happy, about a 7. Drake walks through. He didn't really look at me. He looked in my vicinity. It was like it was a lot of it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. It was probably very overwhelming for him actually. Um, I put my hand out just like just say what's up, man. I guess he didn't see it and he just walked by and went on stage and performed. He was, but I get it though. Think about this. I think about it
No,
like this. You know, when you're about to play a football game or something like that, and like you get really in the zone as you're about to perform, like especially right before a kickoff, you're not worried about slapping people's hands. He in game mode. He's like, oh, I gotta go sing. Look what you've done. So I get it. Hey, you win some, you lose some.
did he slap anybody else's hand on the way?
People at the top, not near
Mm-hmm.
the bottom. He didn't not at the bottom. Right
Okay.
before he got on stage, he
If
dapped
you
up to
had
actual people.
if you had to describe the smile on your face as you were approaching Drake, would you say that the smile
It was like
was
this.
Byron? The video not even up that close, and you can see all 32 of your teeth just pure as day,
That wasn't
clear
me,
as
man.
day.
I still don't think that's me.
Just the sheer luck that girl had that video, but I just
I
my
don't, I
god.
don't think it was me, bro.
So I'm sorry, we've gotten too far into the specifics. Can you still fan out over your favorite artist as a fully grown adult, is it still okay?
I think yes, personally,
Obviously.
even though I don't do it, but I think
I,
as a grown man, you can get 2 to 3 people max, and typically they cannot be younger than you. I feel like there's some rules to this. So actually, I'm giving you two. You get one entertainer, one athlete. That's it.
so Drake and Brian for you?
Sure, but I'm not gonna go crazy. If I see Bron, hey, what's up, man? How are
Brian,
you?
if you see Brian, you go that same. You might have a little bit of reservation because you're gonna look sideways and make sure ain't nobody recording first. But as soon as you see Brian, it's gonna be the same thing over again. It's gonna be
Nah,
the
bro,
same thing over again.
it wouldn't be. I'm not. See, I'm not like you, Damani. I'm not like
Byron,
you.
you're like you. That's what I'm saying. I don't think even as much like J. Cole is my guy. All right. He doesn't know that I exist, but he my guy. I don't think I could in good conscience at a J. Cole concert do what you did. Because
So
you was like,
so you're saying you wouldn't put your hand out for J. Cole to give you like a as he go through. If you're right there, you're not putting your hand out. And if
I
you
don't
say no, you're lying. I know you're
I
lying.
don't think I would, man. I
So
really
you
don't.
adapt me up, but you wouldn't dap up J. Cole?
It's not dapping somebody up. It's just ooh. See, look at me. Like it's
No, I'm
different.
trying to
Like
get.
it's a
I was
different
trying
thing.
to get a. I was trying to. You know,
He don't know you.
he put like this when you were a baby. You didn't know nobody. You got to build these bonds and relationships with people. You never know.
Man, that was wild. Like
I could have been the
that was
next
a
big
crazy.
rapper, and he just missed out.
No, man. Like, okay. So if you what are the guide where is the line? You know what I'm saying? If you fanning out, is it okay? I think it's perfectly acceptable. Like you gotta have a jersey. All right. You gotta have some Drake merchandise. See, that's cool. That's cool, that's fine. All right. I think we're too old for posters. Like you can't have no Drake poster. Yes, no, maybe so.
You can have a poster. Wait, you talking about like in your room? What do you mean? Or like out there?
What
What do
is
you
the
mean?
post? If the
What
poster's an album cover, maybe. But
you talking about like at your house?
yeah,
Like just a picture of Drake or like him? No, I don't think you can do that, man. I wouldn't do it personally.
okay. And I think albums are okay, but just general artwork that would feature them. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie stuff, like the little effigy, not an effigy, but what am I trying to say? Like the little Biggie, like a face thing. But I
Yeah.
think just like fanboy posters a little bit, probably not. Um,
Okay, I did think about doing one thing to get his attention, but I felt it was kind of extreme.
do tell.
I thought about passing out. Hey, bro, I'm stopping the whole concert because they gotta give me attention. He gonna be like, "What happened?"
Yo, man, hey, ain't no way, boy. Ain't
I
no
didn't do it, bro.
way.
I didn't. You just fake pass out.
See,
Then they gotta call the paramedics. He gotta. Oh, what happened? Concert can't go on.
man, between the two of you and your brother are both like fervent Drake fans, and I do. What was he? He was barking or something.
Oh yeah, he was barking. That man. He was
I don't even
like,
remember the context. Was Drake asking people to bark?
he was. He was like, hey, if you
Oh,
basically, like, if you're not gonna let these women do you dirty this year, like his album called "For All the Dogs," let me hear you
mm-hmm,
bark. Everybody, go, "Woo, woo, 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 woo." Not me though. Clearly, I was just recording.
mm-hmm. I mean, that's a tick mark, I guess, for your positive um,
Also, I
section
feel
of the
like
concert, but
you cannot fan out over someone that you weren't a fan of as a child. I think that's what it has to be based on. Like
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
you can't become a fan of someone as an adult, even though they're older or younger, and like, oh my gosh, it's so and so. But like, if it's something from your childhood, like you saw, like growing up, like if you were a 10-year-old and saw that person, like you'd have fanned out, going wow. I feel like you can still have that 10-year-old energy in you about that person. And I think that's fine.
Okay, I think that's fair. Do you think the rules like? And again, real heteronormative here. Do you think the rules are different for men and women? Like, is there
Yes,
a difference between you as a Drake fan and somebody else is like a Swiftie or is a member of the Beehive?
yes. Women, well, it's just like in general, women can do whatever they want, and well, the problem is toxic masculinity. People like you,
That's fair. What?
people like you just said you shouldn't ever fan out over anybody. You just talking about if you saw J. Cole, you wouldn't even try to dap him up.
Byron,
You
you
just
just
said that off of principle.
reaching out here trying to
I
get
just had my
another
arm out
grown
like
man to smack your hand.
I was like, hey, what's up, man?
No, you weren't. See, and every time you want to just get on here and cap, bro, we see right through it.
But yeah, women they be out there doing all kind of stuff. Like that one girl that tried to kiss him. You can't do that. You like okay, you really don't know that man.
Yeah,
He pushed her. He pushed her. I agree with it.
go
That's
through a
sexual
bra on the
assault.
stage. Mm, it's
What would you do
different.
if you were in okay, I got a question. If you were in
Please don't
Drake's
ask me
shoes,
this.
what would you do? Would you be happy about people throwing that up there? Or would you feel dirty, disgusting?
No, indifferent. Probably if I was in Drake's shoes. I mean, he got like his pick of the earth, basically. But I mean, shoot,
I thought you had that.
no, not quite.
You almost there?
No, I'm happy with mine. Though I'm cool.
I can just say I got to pick. I can pick whatever in the earth, but
No, that's not. But see, that's bravado. I'm not trying. I'm not the bravado guy. That's you.
so would you fan out over anybody? Jay-Z,
Oh man, it just feels strange.
Kobe, if he was still alive. You wouldn't try to get a handshake.
No, I think the most that you could get, like if I was in conversation with him, I'd just be like, "Hey, been a big fan forever, man." Like
That's doing too much, man.
that's doing too. You was
That's
out here
doing too
with
much.
your
I just have my arm out.
with your no. Hey man, you are on a different level, and you got this, which makes it so much funnier.
I do
So
get
so so
this,
so
man.
so so
I
much
really
funnier.
dissed him. I dissed him.
If that helps you sleep at night, dog.
So it's nobody. Okay. Would you take a picture with any of them?
Would I ask them for a picture?
Yeah.
Probably. Kobe,
You ask.
yes.
You ask it. J. Cole?
I'm not gonna ask J. Cole for a picture.
Why not?
I just don't feel right. It ain't no nothing on anybody that does. It just don't feel right, man. If we collaborate on something, I'm just like, hey, just let's take a picture. That's something different versus me saying, hey, will you take a picture with me? Like, I don't like that. I don't
Why you
like
got to
that.
make it soft? You like, hey, bro, can you take a picture?
That's still to me. That ain't me. And I don't want to put no words on it because it's cool when other people do it. I don't think less of other people for doing it, but I feel weird doing that to
All
anybody.
right, Damani. If I ever, if you, just know this, if you ever see J. Cole and you take a picture of, I'm just bringing up this video, bro. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna send this video.
That's fine. And that like I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. It doesn't feel right.
I'm not rolling, bro. So do you have any more rules for going
I
crazy
think
over your artist or athlete?
no. I think buy your tickets, experience the tours while you can. I'm still trying. I need to get to it. I'm not concert oriented enough because I like concerts, but I never like think about them as something that I like need to be at. But I need to. I don't want J Cole to be touring at like 50, and me having to go see him then. So I gotta get to a J. Cole concert. I would like to get to a Drake concert as well. Haven't been to one. I'm trying to think. I've been to like 4 total, so not a lot.
I don't think we want you there, bro. You're not a real Drake fan. You're really disrespectful.
How am I disrespect? Just because I don't have Drake in my like number 1 position, I like Drake. Nothing Was the Same anniversary came a couple weeks ago. I was listening to Nothing Was the Same. Not a couple weeks, a week, a couple days ago, a few days.
I will say this. I need to get this off my chest. I didn't like this concert that much
because I got dissed.
No, this concert was for the masses, people like you, not the true Drake fans. It was too many just of his big hits. It wasn't his deep cut songs. It wasn't pipe down, in too deep. We didn't get those type of songs. We got the top 100 hits or whatever. I'm not. It's cool and all, but it's just like that's not what I'm coming to a concert for. If that makes sense.
Byron, who appreciates his deep cuts more?
You love God's Plan.
Not really.
Play Tuscan Leather.
You've heard me play Tuscan Leather a lot, dog. We've had a conversation. We've had a conversation about Tuscan Leather over Voluminati for you, and I said Voluminati is better. So for me to have an adequate knowledge of Tuscan Leather, I have to have known.
That's why you didn't choose Tuscan Leather, because you
what artist is sampled on Tuscan Leather? There, smart guy.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Whitney. Wait. Dang, I do know this because it's played in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Whitney Houston?
It is Whitney Houston.
Okay, yeah. Told you, bro. I know my music.
Yeah, but you see how you had to think about it, and I knew, and we're talking about the same song right here.
Yeah, because I had to go in reverse. I had to hear it in my head. Who was that singing? Then I need my triggers.
Okay, and that's fine, but I didn't need my triggers because I know the song, and that's what I'm saying.
Who was sampled in Born Center? The song.
You want me sampled?
Yeah.
That's James Fauntleroy singing on it. The beat's the original.
It's a sample though. It's a sample.
No, the beat is the original.
Go to what's the thing? I forgot.
Go to Who Sampled right now. The beat is the original.
You're gonna be wrong, man.
Huh?
You're gonna be wrong. I already know this.
All right. Give us the answer then, smart guy.
So you don't know. I'm asking, do you know first?
You don't know.
I do know.
Okay. Like I said, give us the answer, smart guy.
Let me make sure I'm not wrong.
Okay. Well, give us the wrong answer so we can make sure that you got it right. Okay. So when you give so if and when you give an answer and it ends up being correct, how are we gonna know if you were correct or not if you're reading it right now?
Yeah, if it was Destiny's Child.
That don't sound right, but I mean, sure.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Who's featured on the song Without Looking Down?
I don't know how to say his last name, but his name's James.
Fauntleroy.
He got a couple songs with Drake.
Huh?
He has a couple songs with Drake.
Yeah, and that's why you know him. But we're getting off topic here. What I'm saying is, I know Tuscan Leather. I can appreciate all of his like Houston influences better than you can because you don't listen to older rappers.
I told you I'm a Houston. We've had this discussion before about how much I appreciate and love Houston.
Well, I bet. Okay. Who's your favorite Houston artist, Byron? Or artists group?
Pimp C, man.
Pimp C? All right. Name me any album by UGK. Any album. Anyone. Anyone. Name me 5 songs by UGK.
I'm not doing that, bro.
Name me one. Name me one song by UGK.
I ain't gotta do that, bro.
Okay. See, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
You got that Swerving song.
How it go?
Bro, I'm not about to sing. Cause it's all throw, you know. Yeah, bro. Well, you know the song I'm talking about. That's why we good, man.
All right. What's your favorite Pimp C lyric?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Bun B too.
Big bun guy, huh?
Mm-hmm. I grew up heavy on that bun. Paul.
Why lie? is my question. I can say that
Paul
I don't.
Wall,
Why lie is my
Riff
question.
Raff, got them all,
That's
man.
that's horrible. But you're lying for what? For what reason? You can just say that you don't appreciate you should make the
I
argument
appreciate
differently.
Houston. I appreciate Houston music more than anybody that I know.
More than me?
Yeah. I don't think I hear
No,
you. No, you just used to be listening to that old New York music. You a Nas
no,
fan, Jay Z.
no. No. Because going through all of the Houston like current rappers that I listen to, because you don't
Name
listen to
three right now.
Sauce Walker.
I listen to
Uh,
Sauce Walker. I was playing the song today. What's the name of it? Give me a second. Dang, what's the name of that song? Go ahead, keep going.
do you count Travis Scott as Houston, even though he don't sound as Houston as others?
Yeah, Travis Count.
You count that one,
Oh,
but you
Ghetto Gospel. I listened to Ghetto Gospel earlier.
okay. Well, one song really don't it doesn't establish much
I was
fandom.
just saying. I was just saying. That's my dog.
Okay, and that's fine. Okay, I'll put it to you differently. I going from Ghetto Boys to Sauce Walker, right? I've got a lot of like Houston like
You named
rappers that
three.
I have listened to.
You named three.
Do you want
We
me to
at least
go
can
through?
get five. Give me
Do
at
you
least
want?
five.
Okay, Slim Thug, Lil Flip. Going
Oh,
to
everybody know them.
really?
Everybody know Lil Flip and Slim Thug.
Okay, so again, I'm gonna ask, what's your favorite Slim Thug song?
Bro, I don't remember naming songs growing up.
All right,
I couldn't
you
tell you my
got it.
favorite.
All
If you
right,
told me to name five ASAP Rocky songs, I wouldn't be able to do it either.
I asked you to name one.
I can't name one ASAP song right now. Can I? I can't. I can't do it, bro. Only people songs I can name is Drake and J Cole and Wale. Those are the main
Okay.
three I've been listening to lately.
All right. If there was a number that I was still tipping on, what number would it be?
Fofo.
Look at all right, there you go. I'll
That's
take
all
it.
I told you.
I'll
I
take
told
that.
you.
I'll
I
take
know
that.
Houston. I know.
That's very mainstream Houston. I didn't think you would know, but that's very mainstream Houston.
Why would I not know that?
All
I told you, bro.
right.
I grew up in Houston.
Not quite. Um, but anyway, we can go ahead and move on. So this one's your chance to attack me. All right, so I'll let you take it away because it's obvious that was your intention. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I know in life sometimes you you rise, you fall. But I think sometimes you got to know when to give up. Whether it's your relationship that's not going great or a sport that you're playing, at some point you're over the hump. And it's just like the risk reward in this situation, the happiness that it brings me, is it worth still doing this? Is it worth staying with my girl or a guy? If it's a girl, who knows? Um, is it worth continuing to play a sport that my body's saying, hey, please stop, help? Should you keep going past it? Or
It's a nice
whether
touch.
what else can it be?
The help was a nice touch. I give you that.
Eating food? At some point you just gotta know when to stop and give up.
Hmm.
You going for a run? I've ran 2 miles. Do I need to go two and a half? I know my limits. That's one thing as I've grown older, I've learned my limits. You don't
Hmm.
see me out here dying like I used to at football workouts. There's no reason to do that. What am I training for? And I feel like you shouldn't be tearing your ACL in basketball. I think it's time to give up, man.
Hmm.
You clearly doing something wrong.
Nice. You done? You finished?
So I guess my question is, how do you know when you should give up on something?
Hmm. Can I tell you what I think soft-minded people do? I think soft-minded people experience an obstacle, which could be presented for a myriad of reasons, and they decide, this is a sign that I don't need to be doing this anymore. I shouldn't be, doing X, Y, or Z. And it's not necessarily a bodily feeling because, bodily, you can still feel like, you can do whatever. Um, but it's just like their minds are so just feeble that sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, I can't do this anymore. So, yeah, I'm not kind of in that category of person. Um, so I think there has to be kind of something more significant than a one-off scenario for that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's one of my questions. Before you tore your ACL,
Mm-hmm.
after you hooped every single time, how did your body feel? How'd your knees feel? How'd your back feel? How did you feel?
Fantastic, Byron. I've had the health of my knees has always been good. Like I've just because like I just so you know, the stronger your muscles are, generally the less stress your body places on your tendons because your muscles are not only what exerts force, they're what absorbs force. So I've had great force absorption. It just happened that I got hit kind of from the side. It wasn't like I was just running and some shit went out. That's a lot of the reason that I think I haven't had like back issues other than not being, very vertically like stretched out like Colton is. I
But
do
you
a
can't
bunch of
jump. But you also
huh?
can't jump. You get like 5 inches off the ground.
Well, here's the thing. The last time that we tested verticals, I touched higher than you did. Your vert was higher, but I touched higher than you did. So how do you justify me not being able to jump if you just off a standing vert cannot get as high off the ground as me? How do you
Hey, Damani,
justify
when
that?
was the last time you dunked a basketball?
It's been a minute.
Rough estimate?
Early 18th year before I hit 235 pounds.
So about 8 years ago at this
Yeah, it's
point.
been a minute. Yeah. Hmm.
You know, last time I did.
It really doesn't matter because if we
How did,
want to, if we want to talk about just we can have a bunch of conversations, Byron, because we can talk about just overall athletic prowess, which we tested and you got swept. We can talk about one-on-one scenarios in basketball where you needed a flagrant foul to get me off the court. There's just a lot of stuff that would indicate that
did you
you,
quit?
as a person,
Or did you quit in basketball? Did you quit? Yes or no?
I did after getting a flagrant
Nah,
foul. But did I have to flagrant
first of all,
foul
that was not.
you?
Well, that wasn't a flagrant foul.
Did I have to? All right. Did I have to do some extra stuff to? First and foremost,
Did you
this is
foul me?
this
Yes or no?
this is the greatest part. This is the greatest part. He tried to take a charge at the 3-point line. He tried to take a charge at the 3-point line in a one-on-one game. Called
Because
it.
you were, yeah, because you were trying to move me out of my spot, and which you cannot do. If I'm in legal guarding position, you can't move me from that location.
We should have known at that point that you were destined for lawyerhood. Like you should have gotten out of the biology major at that
Right or
moment.
wrong. Wait, is that a foul? Yes or no?
No, it
If
was
I'm
not a
if I'm
foul.
sta- if I'm standing right here in a
In your scenario, yes, it's 100% a foul. But what I'm talking about now is the fact that it was not a foul when it happened.
how's it not a
Okay.
foul when it happens? Because if I'm standing here and you're trying to back me down, you can't move me from my spot.
Yes, I
If I,
can.
you can't, you
Yes,
cannot.
I can.
You go.
Legally,
Hey,
yes.
let's go
Legally,
pull
yes,
up.
I can.
After
Legally,
this,
yes, I can.
within this week, I'm gonna go in the NBA rule book. I'm gonna show you how that's a foul.
Okay, and I'll show
If
you
my
if that.
feet are is standing, oh, I don't care what they be freestyling in the NBA. I'm
No,
going by the
Byron.
rule book.
Nobody cares about this conversation. First and foremost, we're losing listeners as we speak. But if your body is pressed up against my body and you're leaning on me, which you were,
Nope, I wasn't that time
yes, you
when I
were.
called the charge. I was
Yes, you
out.
were.
There was no
If you,
contact.
no, no, no. If
There
you're
was no
leaning on,
contact.
no, if you're leaning on me, I can back you out of the way. That's just the truth of it. And you were
But
leaning on me. We were.
I wasn't leaning on you.
All
I
right.
just said we
Nobody
was at the
cares.
top of the key.
Nobody cares. All right. Anyways, going to like just giving up. All right.
Giving up. Yep.
No, no, there's no way. I was like, like I told you before. All right. If you, being the feeble-minded individual that you are, would give up and go play golf because of an ACL tear at this age, that's fine. But that's just because you're you. I'm not you. So no, I'm not doing that. And anybody else out there, if you sustain an adult injury, it sucks because the school athletics program ain't paying for it no more. But at the end of the day, injuries happen. What are we talking about? What are we
Okay,
talking
Damani.
about?
Okay. You go back out. Okay, you get fully healed.
If
Hey,
I
so
go back and I tear
wait,
my
when are you gonna go
ACL
back?
on the first possession, I'll get it fixed and I'll do it again.
How many times did you have to get it torn for you to stop?
There's no amount that would stop me ever. Like I would play wheelchair ball. I love
Okay,
basketball. It's fun.
see,
If
I'm
you
bringing
ask
it.
if you
I'm
ask me
bringing
to
it around.
run as much as I do in a basketball game, just around the track, I really don't think I would do it. Like I would have to find a way to do it. But if we playing the game like just rec ball, I would go out and like hurt myself just for the purpose of winning. And that's what I'm saying. It's a competitive thing. I love winning. I love basketball. Beautiful game if you play it the right way. But that's yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Tangential question: did you win the game in which you tore your ACL?
No.
So you tore your ACL in a losing effort.
We were I know we won the first half. We might have already been down at that point. But I was playing well. I had at least 8 at that point. It might have been 10 or 12. I can't remember what side of 10 I was on. It was either 8 or 12.
So you tore your ACL for 12 points.
No. That's not what, at all what I'm saying. Lawyer boy, but that's beside the point. I was
This
playing
man
well.
was Jared Vanderbilt in a rec league and tore his ACL.
Jared Vanderbilt is not bad for me. I'm not one of the people. See, you make the mistake of trying to be Dame, and a lot of times the report is, oh, Byron couldn't hit the broadside of a barn today. Me, that's never going to be the case because if I shoot 2 and they're not a good 2, I'll be cool. I'll be cool because I'm gonna be on my spots defensively.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
Damani.
do what I need to do in terms of
Thank you.
just
Thank you.
playing team offense, and I want to win. That's all I want to do at the end of the day is win.
Wait. So in that situation, you give up.
That's not me giving up. That's me
How?
adjusting the path and doing something different for the purpose of winning.
Hey man, all I was saying,
By trade, I've never been a shooter. Never been a shooter.
but you score 40 points.
Is that where we want to go with this? Do you want to just take it to every possible basketball argumentative route that you can find?
But anyways, at some point you got to give up though. Like I feel like God is telling you, "Hey, I need you to stop at some point."
Because I tore my so anybody that sustains an injury at like an older than like playing college age, you realize that people like tear their like NFL dudes tear their ACLs, NBA dudes like Achilles with KD. Was God telling them to stop, or what was the case there?
He told Kobe to stop. Kobe tore his Achilles. He retired that next year once he got healthy. Right or wrong?
Not true at all.
He tore his ACL, I mean his Achilles in what year? He only played like one more year after that. Once
No,
he
he
was
played
healthy.
3 years after that.
No, I don't think that's true, man.
I'll go look it up after this, but no, he played 3 years after that. And one of those was a good year.
Told him to hang it up.
No. And
Tracy
see, that's what
McGrady
I'm
told him
saying.
to hang it
So,
up.
soft-minded people like you think like that, right?
Yeah,
But
and people like you not gonna be able to move when you're 75. Look at Dirk Nowitzki now. God was telling him to stop playing basketball. He kept trotting out there for 20 years in the NBA. Now he can't walk.
hey, he was bringing tinfoil plates to the game. Him and the wife got young Puerto Rican looking kids. He winning. He won.
He can't
Statue outside the
move.
stadium. Statue outside the stadium. Come on, man. He won. He
He
won.
can't walk.
He won.
So okay, he can't appreciate all of the things that he was able to do
Why?
because
Because you're saying he walked funny?
he can't move.
That's
Also,
not true.
Also, the people with CTE, they got one or two
That's a
concussions.
that's a totally
They
different
they
stuff. Why
should have
would you
gave
bring
up.
that up in this conversation?
They should have
You
gave up.
comparing my ACL injury to CTE?
I don't see the difference.
Okay, all right. Let's move to a different context. All right, you said you wanted to talk about giving up in relate. When do you give up in a relationship in your mind? What's the
That,
sign?
that's tough. Cause there's ups and downs in a relationship. So when do you give up? I feel like once. Now you can't go base it on when your friends say, cause they tell you give up at the very beginning. Mm. You should give up on a relationship when you no longer see a future with that person. Like when you start thinking about your future and they're like not really in it as much. I think that's when you should give up on a relationship. I just came up with that right there.
That's a good cutoff point. I like that. That might be the most intelligent thing that you've said all day. That's a good way to describe it. And this is totally off the radar, but I was in the barbershop today and I want to ask you about something. All right. So you and your girl get to fighting, right? You get in an argument of some sort. This was interesting to me. He said, when you go to tell the first 5 people about it, they got to be 5 people that can understand her side. And if she's right, will be on her side. And she got to do the same thing for you. Because if it's just people that's going to hype you up and tell you
That's
that
what I
you're
want.
right,
That's what I want.
then you going to be like further radicalized, and then y'all just going to move further from each other. I was like, that's a word right there. That's a word.
So is that what you do in your situation? No, you don't call nobody.
I don't know.
I don't know why you're acting like this. You know you're not gonna ask nobody.
No, because I didn't came to y'all before. I said,
Only time you come to us is when you actually think you're right.
oh, that ain't true. Because I'll be like, trying to think of a situation.
If it's a gray area, you don't come to us.
Nah, but I done been like, yeah. I've told you when, like, maybe I don't. I
You
don't
like,
know.
look at this crazy thing this person said or they did. Is this crazy? Hey man, you gotta do some self reflection sometimes. Get off
Fair.
that phone. Become a better person, inside and outside.
Nah, but I was just thinking about like just other situations because I know like if you go talk to your friends about me, baby, no,
Don't
they
do
ain't gonna
that.
be they ain't gonna be
Don't,
nowhere in my corner.
bro, do not do.
What?
Do not do that.
Do what?
You know what you did. You know exactly what you did. Do
No,
not do
no,
that, man. Don't do that
no, they
again.
not. They're not gonna be in corner. So that's mine. So I guess it go both ways. I had thought about it on my end. I was just thinking about like, hey, arguments I done got in, them friends was not trying to hear it. Nothing,
Cause you be
nothing from
wrong.
me. Oh man, I don't. I don't know what made you this way and what made you just so combative and so wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because in terms of just reflectiveness in a conversation, I'm always going to hear what you say. I'm always going to process it. I'm always going to come up with a response that shows that I've listened to you, and I won't say always, most of the time, and that I'm like taking into consideration what you said. But in most of the conversations that I have with certain people, that's not reflected in the same way. So that's why I think it's necessary for me and for everybody else. You got to have somebody that's going to make sure that you're hearing all the right stuff.
So when do you give up on a relationship? You're not just gonna walk all around it. When do you give up?
I wholeheartedly agree with your answer.
No, that's
Not,
gonna be
no,
something different.
not actually. That's not true. I think when it is no longer, you don't see more benefit than you do detriment. When the good, like feeling wise, does not outweigh the bad. 'Cause I don't think how much you see a future. I mean, yeah. If you're thinking about the future, sure. But if you're just thinking about the now, which I mean is often the case in relationships, if it's benefiting you now, cool, keep it.
So 55, 45, 55% good, 45% bad. Do you stay? Or does that
I think
what's your split?
I think 45% bad is a lot. I think
That is a
you
lot.
have to weigh out like how, one, you got to be happy solo. You got to make sure that like you as a whole are not relying on another person for happiness. Two, I think if you have to, maybe not necessarily worry, but there's a similar pattern of just stuff that is continually messing up your days, serving as a thorn in your side, making you anxious, angry, any of these negative things on a relatively consistent basis, then you got to evaluate and say, all right, this ain't what I want. Because a continued problem means that you're like, you've reached an impasse. Like you want this, the other person is going to do this, wants this, and that y'all can't figure it out. That's the time to have a tough conversation. Either you find a way to get through that thing or the other way.
So the relationship is perfect, but you find out she cheated on you. Do you stay?
Out.
You can't work through that?
Word to Will Gregg. No. I still can't believe he said it. No, there's no way.
Okay, you've been with your wife 50 years.
Oh my God.
No, you okay. Someone's been with their previous husband for 50 years. That husband dies. She remarries. Is it okay to have pictures of her previous marriage and her husband, of her old husband in the house?
Husband dies, yes. I think that's okay.
You don't have a problem with it?
No, I don't think you can at that point because that's a piece of her life, and it's not like the old love just like is gone. It's just in a different heart compartment. And if she's made enough space for me, then cool.
She tell you he the number one.
I don't think. I
Okay.
don't know what.
Okay, wait. Okay. Now change it up. They haven't been married 50 years. They were dating for three
This the
years.
last one, and then we talking about fantasy football, man. Because you're
All right.
going
Yeah. They were
16
date
different ways with this.
they were dating for 3 years. Person dies in a car crash. Is it okay to keep their pictures up on Instagram or keep their wallpaper as him? Something like that? Is that cool?
Yeah, like I said, I think it has to be because that's like not. You
Nah,
can't get
man.
close. What?
I don't know about that, man.
You can't get you can't get no type of closure in that, bro. It's not like we like what we had died off. It's just we didn't get a chance to see it all the way through. So like I said, that's when
So
you
she's
just gotta.
settling for you.
No, it's not a settling thing, dog. It's just like you can, and that's why your idea of soulmates is just it's kind of. I don't have that same view of it. I think you gotta pick your horse and you gotta make sure that you do all of the necessary things to
Ride it
build
till the
the.
wheels fall off.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not at all what I'm saying, and that's wild. That's incredibly wild that you said that on air. But no, you just got to build and you know make your pick.
I don't know, man, but I got you. I say just give up.
I
If she
don't.
doing that, give up.
All right. And as we get into this next segment, I don't even got a segue. I'm just so happy to say it. All right. The commissioner of the league that
I didn't
Byron
want
and
to be the
I
commissioner.
have.
I told him I wasn't going to be the commissioner too.
All right. I love being able to say this. All right. I'm pulling up the stats. The commissioner I know is 0-3. All right. He is 0-3 currently. And Byron gave it away. He's the commissioner. All right. With a whopping, where are the league standings? He's got 372 points for and 461 points against. He has faced the highest scoring team in the league 2 out of the 3 weeks, and he is 0-3.
Well, let me say this. The crazy thing about it is, like, my points scored is second most in the league. I'm behind one other team. But the next closest person to me against points allowed is 80 points away.
This is what you get. This is
I
what you
put up
get.
I put up like 142 last week, and I lost by 35 points.
This is what you get, man. Because that first week, who was hurt? Once somebody on my team was hurt. And you said what?
I don't know.
Praise
Travis
God.
Kelce. Praise
Yep.
God.
Travis Kelce was hurt and you said praise God. That's what did it for you. Because God don't like ugly.
His
And that
defense proceeded to score 35 points, which I've never seen in my life. I've never seen a defense score 35 points.
the defense was the fourth highest scoring player in fantasy that week.
And I lost by like a point. It was like I lost by like two or
put a
three points.
put a 30 ball up on him. Oh my goodness. I'm crying a little bit. Yeah, that was great. That was fantastic. It's one of the best wins that I've received. So I'm hoping he stays over. Um, but yeah, man, your tips for dealing with fantasy failure, because I'll give mine afterwards. I'm 1-5 in another league. We do median, so every week you play against the median too.
I'm about to quit, is what I'm about to do. That's the type of tip
That's
I'm about to
not.
give. If you are getting cheated like this, hey man, don't continue to stress yourself out week in and week out because it doesn't matter. I could have put my best lineup just about every single week, and I still would have lost. It wasn't anybody I can get out of the waivers. It was just sometimes it's not your day. And so far, I've had that happen 3 times in a row. So at some point, you just got to give up. I have a 20% chance to make it to the playoffs, and it's week 3. So it's just like sometimes you just. I'm continuing staying on top of like the waiver wire, picking up people, but it's just like sometimes you got to know when to fold them. You
Oh,
can't keep
God,
going
man.
all in every time.
I'm gonna disagree with that because the league that I'm 1-5 in. All right, Nick Chubb. Hate that he got hurt for him more than I hate it for me. Um, Different draft style, but I think the good thing about fantasy football is that anything can happen, and it's also the bad thing, right? So if you want to get going on a winning streak, all right, make a trade. Make a trade. That's my. And people are gonna think, oh, I mean, we got the leg up on him. He's trying to trade out of desperation. Make sure you make the right trade, but your team need a spark. All right. CJ Stroud came over to the squad last week. He's having a great he's creating a resurgence, you know what I'm saying? My team went from scoring under 100 to 122, and I think he's bringing the morale up. All right. Another thing I saw somebody do: add Tim Tebow. Your team needs a motivational speaker. Don't start him. Don't start him. Use one of them bench spots and add Tim Tebow.
don't
Your team needs somebody to motivate. They do.
don't they don't.
Yeah, they do. That's what you need to do for real. You need to add Tim Tebow to your bench. They need a
I
locker
just
room guy.
I just realized something. I'm on a 4 game losing streak because my the semifinals last year, something similar to this happened where I think Brandon just erupted with some type of crazy score going into the championship game, and I got knocked out when I had the best team after Damani made a terrible trade
I didn't make a
and gave
terrible
me
trade. No,
you gave me
McCaffrey was still
Christian
on the
McCaffrey
Panthers. McCaffrey was still on the Panthers, and then he got. I did trade Christian McCaffrey for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. All right, not
and
straight up.
Olaf.
Olave.
I don't like to say
Jesus
that
Christ!
name.
Come on, Byron.
Why would I know that?
That's bad. All right, but anyways, yeah, it didn't work
Was
out the best. But there was a team in the championship. There was a team not in the championship. So I wonder what side of the screen he's gonna be on when we post this. Whichever one he is, I'm not talking about me. Um, but yeah, I didn't think McCaffrey was gonna make it through the season because he always get hurt. But the Niners got them rolling. They out there rolling.
oh, inside scoop. It's probably too late at this point, but if you haven't already picked him up, go pick up Laporta from Detroit.
Great
Especially if you got,
acquisition there.
especially if you have somebody like Kyle Pitts starting for you. Don't take him out the game. That man is terrible. Well, he's not terrible. The Falcons' offense is terrible. That man should be putting
You're
up
two
20
and
points a
one.
week. Hey, man, they don't feed my guy.
Okay. Well, before we get off of here, Byron, tips on making your fantasy football name. Like, what's your team name?
Which league? Okay, I'm not gonna say my team name in our league. Um,
Let me see what I don't even remember what it is.
got to be creative, man. Like in my
Come
other
on, you
league,
can say that.
I have Justin Fields. Well, I had Justin Fields as my quarterback. Dang, I got to change my name. So my team was Fields of Dream. Um, but dang, I dropped him. So I guess I'll do my new quarterback, which is Jordan Love. So I might do Love and football instead of Love and
I
basketball.
think I think it's got to be a good play on words. It's got to be a good play on words, man. I don't know why, but those are always the ones that hit the hardest for me. Even the one on the commercial. I'm sorry that they took it, but Federal Bureau of Investigation, great stuff. Great stuff. I had to come up with one on my own, and I didn't have a squad that was like built for that, so it took me 3 weeks to make it. But have you seen mine?
I have. Step in the
What
name
you
of
think?
Ola.
No, step in the name Olave. That's like step in the name of love. Step in the name Olave.
Ola.
Olave.
I'm
He's
not saying
Cuban.
that.
All right. But even is it? Can I do that? Can I make an R. Kelly reference and it be okay?
I don't think so.
It's not directly to him. It's just the song like title. Step in the name
Who wrote the
Olave.
song? Whose song is it?
Huh?
Whose song is it?
I don't know if he wrote it. I know who performed it. Nasty man. But can I say your team name on here, man?
And that's what you want to do.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Mine and the other one, the other league I'm in is the Stroud Boys, like the Proud Boys.
Is
You
it
know
a
what the
group?
Proud Boys are?
Is it a group of non-African American people?
No, it's CJ Stroud. That's why I named it the Stroud Boys.
I'm not talking about is the fantasy league.
Yes.
This
That's what makes it funnier. They can relate to it.
guy. But yeah, man. I don't know what mine is.
Just say yours, man.
You can say it.
It's the Uncle Tom's.
Yeah. Great team. Oh,
Hor-
I got a new
Horrible
name.
record.
That may be what I need to change my name. That may get us a win. If I don't win this week, I'm changing my name.
If you've listened this far, let us know. Let us know your team name. Let us know your team name ideas. All right, Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Schmidt, whatever it is. Let us know. We want to
Wait,
know.
did you see the one I saw it on TikTok where the girls like they did their own fantasy football league and their team name?
Mm-hmm. Did you see
Them
the one
women.
where like all the girls drafted and all the guys had to be the
I
That'd be
did
the
see that one
owners.
too. Mm-hmm. That was also bad.
Yeah. Garoppolo went first pick.
You agree with that?
I mean, it's beyond my realm of expertise. I'm sure he's a wonderful looking guy. You know.
Dang, you judging another man?
No, I said I'm sure. Like
No, no, no. I heard what you said.
it's not like I'm mad at like the collective opinion that he looks nice. I mean,
Do
good
you
for
think
him.
you look better than him?
To me or to the masses?
To you?
To me, yes. To the masses, no. I think he has more classically like plus features. Like you can see it. I don't know.
What is the? What are the features?
I don't know.
You said it.
I don't know. It's just like something you see and you're like, okay, yeah, all right, makes sense.
So you see him and think, oh, that's a good looking man.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like if put it to you this way, if women were pointing at you, for example, and saying that's a good looking man, I'd be like, what are y'all looking at? Like, how do you see this is a good looking man?
But when women say it about him, you're like, oh, I get it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like I don't have an issue with that. Like I can't point to anything and be like, no, because he got a big bell pepper nose that stretches to his ears. I can't say that about him. I can say that about you, but I can't say that about him. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
So like him.
you're walking. Just say it like, oh, I get it. You're saying he's a good looking man, but you're just trying to like sugarcoat it.
No, I'm not sugarcoating it at all. I'm just saying that like if somebody looks at if I look at somebody that's like ET ugly and women are like, yes, that's the one. I'm like, that's strange. But if I can't see anything like that points me to the contrary, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, that's what y'all are going for. That's what's up. That's cool. I don't have no significant feelings about it. That's fine. But like
Who
you,
number
for
two on your
example, like,
list?
huh?
Who number two on your list?
All right, you had your fun, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning this week in my league.
Congratulations. All right. I hope you lose, and I hope that you go on 4 in ours.
Oh, that's what this is that league. I'm up 24 points.
Who you playing against?
Jaquan, my cousin.
Okay. I'm playing against Will, so hopefully I win this one. He won't shut up about it. Well, we've done a lot here this evening. All right. We're going to try to I got a couple of guest ideas lined up. We need another heavy hitter to come through here. We appreciate y'all bearing with us in this time. All right. We got merch because people are asking me about merch. I'm going to get on that hopefully by the end of this year. But, all right, we're going to keep doing better. We're going to keep doing better. I'm not going to promise dates because I always mess up on dates, but we're going to keep doing better. Byron, what else we got for the people? That's it?
We appreciate y'all. Keep sticking with us. If you ain't sticking with us, we're not sticking with you.
You just going to challenge him at the end? My guy Show Thief is playing us out. Go check out his new single. Just look up Show Thief on YouTube. I don't think it's out on Apple Music yet, but music video is dope. Check out the visuals. Make sure you check him out on everything. All right. We out of here. We'll be back soon. Y'all be easy. Peace. When that pressure get applied, is you gon' pass it, you gon' shoot, I stood tall. When you make it through the struggle and the pain, do you get your umbrella off the chance that it might rain? I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, you could try to count me out, but you ain't gon' ever hold me down. When I see my people going through it, I put the blame on me. And I see my homie lose his mind, but I gave him his first taste of lean. I ain't gon' lie, that really hurt me, but I had to close the curtains. And one thing I learned on Lion King is everybody gotta eat. Never tell a party, let me get a whole piece.
said, nah, little homie, can't get that from me. You play football, you got a bright future, you supposed to see you on the TV. And I said, that's true, and I'm gonna do it, but I really gotta make something happen. And I probably could've asked my family for something, but instead I started hitting licks with daddy. Ain't gonna lie, that turned me to a savage. Really living life like a bandit. And then Murph told me, keep your head on, man, don't do nothing reckless. But now I'm older now, I'm a grown man. Go to church every Sunday, I'm a praying man. You ain't gonna never see me fall, I'm always standing. One thing I do is stick to the plan. When you make it through